ROHO Agility Back Systems are designed to provide trunk and pelvic support, offering the most comfortable positioning for each individual. The Agility Back Systems are lightweight and easy to adjust. Everything you need for the perfect fit is right at your fingertips, including the Agility Slide Rule, which allows you to quickly determine the correct agility size needed, as well as easily determine the agility width adjustment for each particular wheelchair. Once you've extended the Agility Slide Rule between the wheelchair canes, you can begin installation.
Loosen the back cane harbor bolt as shown. The bolt should not disengage from the adjustment cylinder. Press the end of the adjustment cylinder and unclip the pivoting back cane band. Rotate the back cane bracket away from the band. Hold the pivoting back cane band against the cane and rotate the bracket to press against the back cane. Push against the back cane harbor bolt with your thumb and clip the opening of the pivoting back cane around the end of the adjustment cylinder. Hold the pivoting back cane band against the back cane and tighten hardware bolt by hand until the adjustment cylinder is pulled forward against the back cane. Tighten the back cane harbor bolts with an Allen wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn. Make sure the upper and lower pins of each of the back cane brackets are aligned with each other. Both brackets are installed on the correct side, and the height of both brackets are equal.
Now, you're ready to adjust the width of the Agility Back System to fit your wheelchair.
Remove the nuts at the end of the width and height adjustment bolts with the box end wrench. Detach the triangle brackets from the back shell.
Position the triangle bracket on the tick mark that you measured using the slide rule.
Replace the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts. With the left and right back shell hardware positioned at equal heights, tighten the nuts so that they are snug enough to hold the hardware in place. Tighten the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts with the box end wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn. Once adjustment is complete, make sure all hardware is securely tightened before the individual is seated in the wheelchair.
Now you can put the backrest on the wheelchair.
Don't forget the safety locks must be unlocked in order to install the Agility. Tilt the top of the back shell towards the front of the chair. Hook the lower ends of the double hooks onto the lower pins of the back cane brackets. Tilt the back shell toward the back canes until the latches rest on the upper pins.
Continue to pull the backrest over the top pins, allowing the curved latch to ride up and over the upper pin.
Push down on the back shell to ensure the back latches are in place. Make sure both the latches are fully closed. Lock the latches by pushing both the left and right safety locks toward the center of the back shell into the locked position. Make sure the wheelchair wheels are locked and the Agility safety locks are in the locked position. And all hardware is tight before the individual is seated in the chair.
The height, depth, and angle can all be adjusted with the client in the chair.
Loosen the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts with the box end wrench. Slide the back shell up and down in the vertical slots until the desired height is achieved. Tighten the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts with the box end wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn.
With the Agility Back System, you can also adjust the depth and angle to ensure the best possible fit.
Loosen the left and right depth adjustment angle bolts with the Allen wrench. 2 to 3 full rotations to adjust the seat depth. 1 to 2 full rotations to adjust the angle only. To adjust the seat depth, slide the back shell forward or backward to the desired depth. Make sure the depth positions on the left and right sides are equal by comparing the markers on the top of the triangle brackets. To adjust the angle, pivot the back shell anterior or posterior until the desired angle is achieved. Tighten right and left depth and angle adjustment bolts with the Allen wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn.
Clamp it, tighten it, and you're done.
In addition to the quick release hardware, ROHO also offers the Agility fixed hardware option. The Agility fixed hardware is made from the same material and has the same adjustment capabilities as the quick release hardware. But with its smaller design, it's perfect for use with rigid wheelchairs and for individuals who typically do not remove their Agility back. You have 2 options to install the Agility fixed hardware: either the quick install or the wraparound install. The quick install is perfect for wheelchair canes without push handles, as shown here. For wheelchair canes with push handles, like this one, you will use the wraparound installation method. If the wheelchair cane diameter is 3/4 inches or 7/8 inches, a sleeve is needed. As with any of our Agility backs, use the Agility slide rule to measure and adjust the width with the triangle bracket for the best fit. Once your triangle bracket is adjusted properly, begin installation. When you're installing on a wheelchair without push handles and with a 1-inch wheelchair cane diameter, use the quick install method for a fast and secure fit. Simply loosen the hardware bolts on both sides of the back. Slide the back cane bands onto the wheelchair canes. You do not need to remove the hardware bolts or unclip the back cane bands. Measure the height of both back cane bands with a tape measure and adjust as needed. Use the wrench provided to tighten the hardware bolts until snug, plus a 1/4 turn. That's it. If the rigid chair has removable push handles, you can remove the push handles and use the quick install method by following the same steps. If the wheelchair you are fitting has non-removable, integrated push handles, you will use the wraparound install method. To start, determine the diameter of the wheelchair back canes. If the cane has a 1-inch diameter, you will proceed with the fixed hardware just as you received it. Begin the installation by loosening the hardware bolt without completely removing the bolt from the adjustment cylinder. You will want to loosen the bolt as far as possible without removing it. To simplify this, view the hardware from the angle shown here. Loosen the bolt until flush with the adjustment cylinder, but not removed from the hardware. With the bolt in the desired place, as shown here, push the back cane band toward the bolt to unclip. Now, fully open the back cane bands by flipping them, like this. Repeat on the opposite back cane band. Once both back cane bands are flipped open, align the brackets with the wheelchair. Make sure the hardware is flush against the wheelchair back canes. Now you're ready to attach. Wrap each back cane band around each of the wheelchair back canes. Using your thumb, push against the bolt and clip the opening of the back cane band around the end of the adjustment cylinder in the large part of the slot. Squeeze the back cane band towards the narrow end of the cane band's opening into the groove at the end of the adjustment cylinder to engage for a safe and secure fit. Using the same method, attach the hardware to the other wheelchair back cane. Then, tighten the hardware bolts on each side by hand to hold the back in place. As you attach both sides of the hardware, it may be helpful to rest the back against the wheelchair seat during installation, and then slide into position before tightening. Or, if possible, you may find it helpful to have another person hold the back while wrapping the bands around the wheelchair back canes. Measure the height of both back cane bands with a tape measure and adjust as needed to ensure they are level. Tighten the back cane hardware bolts with an Allen wrench until snug, plus a 1/4 turn. Your installation is complete. In some cases, you will need to use sleeves to properly install the Agility fixed hardware if the wheelchair cane diameter is 3/4 of an inch, but less than 1 inch. To attach to these types of chairs, you will follow all wraparound steps, but will not tighten the bolts after the back cane bands have been attached to the wheelchair. We will demonstrate. Once you have the back cane bands attached, clip a sleeve onto each wheelchair back cane. To clip the sleeve, spread open the sleeve and place the sleeve above the back cane bands. With the back cane band loosened but still attached, slide the sleeve down inside the band. Repeat on the other wheelchair cane. Then tighten the hardware bolts on each side by hand to secure the back in place. Measure the height of both back cane bands with a tape measure and adjust as needed to ensure the backrest is level. Using the tool, tighten the hardware bolts until snug, plus a 1/4 turn. That completes the install. Once your Agility is properly installed, you can make any necessary height, depth, and angle adjustments. To adjust the height, Loosen the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts with the box end wrench. Slide the back shell up and down in the vertical slots until the desired height is achieved. Tighten the nuts on the width and height adjustment bolts with a box end wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn. To adjust the seat depth, loosen the adjustment bolt approximately 3 full rotations. Now you can slide the back shell forward or backward. Make sure the depth and angle positions on the left and right sides are equal by comparing the markers on the top of the triangle brackets. To adjust the angle, loosen the adjustment bolt approximately 2 full rotations. Now you can pivot the back shell back and forth. Compare the markers on the front of the fixed hardware to make sure both sides are rotated the same. Once depth and angle adjustments have been made, tighten right and left depth and angle adjustment bolts with the Allen wrench until snug, plus a quarter turn. This completes your height, depth, and angle adjustments for the Agility fixed hardware. Once installation and adjustments are complete, make sure all hardware is securely tightened.
ROHO Agility Back Systems are the perfect blend of innovative features, giving wheelchair users comfortable support without sacrificing function.